Hey, what's going on everyone? Vasco here, and just look at this picture. Okay, now look at this one. Let these images sink in, because thankfully I'm able to show you these pictures because the drivers are okay. But there's a third picture taken in 2019 where I cannot show you this because Antoine Hubert is not with us anymore. And all of these incidents happened at the same place, in the same corner, at the same track. And we are very lucky that the Hubert situation didn't happen more often and didn't happen in any of these two incidents. So going into the Spa Formula 1 weekend, there was a lot of debate on whether Eau Rouge and Radillon should be changed in order to increase the safety of the corners due to Antoine's crash and due to the Spa 24 hours crash, which was the second image that I showed you. The first one was from the W Series that just happened yesterday. And there was a lot of debate on whether Eau Rouge and Radillon should be changed in order to improve the safety of the track. And there are really two camps in this discussion. There are the people, where I'm included, that think that the corners need to be changed because of the safety. And then there are the people who are the purists, they call themselves the purists, who think that the tracks need to stay the same in order to keep the spirit of the track. So their argument is that changing Eau Rouge and Radillon would destroy Spa, just like changing Maggots and Beckett's would destroy Silverstone. But I think that after watching these pictures and these crashes, we just need to take a second and take a step back and think that there are people in those cars. This is not robo race. We have real human beings who are very fortunate to be able to chase their dreams and be driving racing cars for a living. But they are still human beings. We still need to care about their safety because in the end we are the spectators and they are providing us with entertainment. And honestly, there's nothing else in the world that provides so much entertainment to me as a Formula 1 race. But let me tell you that in moments just like what happened with Jules Bianchi, what happened with Romain Grosjean and many other, my heart falls into my hands and I'm worried for these drivers. And it's a feeling I really don't like to have. I don't feel any thrill, I don't feel any excitement. I'm just worried and I'm honestly just hoping that the drivers are okay. And those accidents happened in very different situations, both the Bianchi and Grosjean accident, and had nothing to do with each other. But we already had 3 crashes and one of them was fatal at Spa on the Eau Rouge Radillon complex. And I think that this is unacceptable in modern Formula 1 times and modern motorsport times because safety needs to be priority number 1. I don't care if the cars are slower, I don't care if the circuit changes, and for the record, Spa is my favorite track in the world, including every single track that I've seen and drove in. Spa is my favorite. So I would love to be able to see Eau Rouge and Radillon continue to be how they are, but honestly I don't see how they can continue to be how they are. And honestly, I don't think that we need to change the corners themselves. So if you look at the Eau Rouge and Radillon complex, we have the track and then on the sides we have a little bit of grass and then we have asphalt and then the tire barriers. And what this produces is that in the grass the cars really don't slow down because grass is very slippery, so the cars just lose control and go into the tire barrier. But the problem is the section on top of Eau Rouge and Radillon where there's only asphalt, and this is also the pit exit. So this is actually one more factor that we need to factor into the danger. This is actually the pit exit as well. But in this part, it's asphalt, and what happens is that if the cars go into the asphalt and out of control, they will go into the tire barriers, and the asphalt really doesn't take any speed from the cars, so they are spit out into the middle of a track, and this is really bad barrier design, and I think that this is unacceptable. So my suggestion would be to increase the width of the track in that part and put gravel traps, because gravel traps can be very dangerous and can change the way the drivers approach a corner, because they know that if they fail the corner they will be beached and their race is over. So the kind of caution that they take into the corner is completely different if they know there's a gravel trap or a runoff, just an asphalt runoff. But honestly, I think that this is the way to go, because we cannot have cars that went out of control and into the barrier. So if a car goes into the barrier, we can assume that their control surfaces, such as the steering, are completely destroyed, and they cannot just go into the track and sit there waiting for cars that are going into the fastest part of the circuit, which is the Camel Straight, to go and pile them and hit them in the side like a T-bone accident. and just accept this. We cannot, if we need to change a track in order to do this, we need to change a track in order to do this, because just after that runoff there's actually a cliff, so we cannot probably put a gravel trap in there. So we probably need to adjust the angle of Eau Rouge and Redlon in order to make this gravel trap possible, and in order for the cars not to be spit into the track again. But this is very much worth it. This is what needs to happen, because we cannot accept in modern motorsport that the drivers are in such a risk. And we need to remember that drivers are people, and that their safety is not worth sacrificing for our entertainment. And if we cannot compare lap times from Spa from 2022 and 2021 because the corner needs to be changed, I don't really care. The safety needs to be the name of the game, and with so much investment in the cars, such as side impact structures, the halo, and everything that's put into the cars in terms of safety, I think that the tracks need to evolve. A track cannot stay the same while the speeds increase massively. So before, Eau Rouge and Redlon was a breaking point, and now it's just an easy flat corner even in Formula 2. So if this happens, and if the speeds of the car increase, the tracks need to keep up. And I know that there are some tracks that don't evolve and therefore don't provide good racing, but this is a whole different argument. We are not talking about evolving the tracks in order for the racing to be better. We're talking about changing the tracks in order to prevent severe injuries, or even worse, for the drivers we know and love. Honestly, I think that Eau Rouge and Redlon need to be changed. I think that we need to put gravel traps in there, or change the angle of the tire barriers in order for the car not to be spit in the middle of a track and avoid another catastrophe. But at the end of the day, we are here for the same. We all want to watch the best guys go lap after lap after lap, flat out pushing to the max and making the best moves possible. But they can only do this if they are assured that the track is safe, and me as a fan can only watch the sport with a clear conscience if I know that everything is being done in order to provide for the safety of not only the cars but also the marshals, because let's not forget about the marshals. In today's W Series crash, the cars were in the air and could have easily hit the marshal, and this would be catastrophic because marshals are also the heart of our sport. We cannot go racing without them. Just a few weeks ago at Brands Hatch, one of them died. And I think that this is unacceptable. We need to improve the security, because safety is paramount, and that there's nothing in motorsport that's not worth sacrificing in the name of safety. Make the car slower, make the tracks wider, change everything, just make it safer so that I can sit on my couch on Sunday and watch drivers go lap after lap after lap pushing without being afraid of what might happen. I hope you guys are now more aware of the safety that needs to be put into the Formula 1 and other motorsports in order for drivers not to be at risk, and I hope I open your eyes, or at least made you aware of this subject, and that we need to make these changes in order to make our sport better. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and let me know what changes should be made at Spa in order to make this better, and if there are anything that I've missed or any other track that needs safety changes, let me know in the comments down below. So this has been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. So this has been it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!